Hey guys, this is Brave, and I want to do a tag called Paranormal. I saw it on KimiToxxic's profile, and I thought it'd be something fun to do. Basically, you just talk about New York City's paranormal, and well, first off, I just want to say that don't judge people because some people do believe in it and some people don't. It doesn't mean that you're right or wrong. It just means that maybe for some reason, you've just never had an experience, and some people have. So just, I'm asking you right after that, just don't judge people, okay? Um, my very first experience with the supernatural started when I was 5, and it sounds really young, but I've always, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird to explain to people because then they think that I'm weird. So I see things, but I don't do it all the time. It's just certain things. But when I was 5, and I was living in another part of Texas, my mother had woken me up because I smelled her cooking breakfast. And right in front of the bed that I slept in was a dresser, and there's different odd and end things on the dresser. Well, when I sat up in bed and I looked straight ahead at the dresser, there was like this big, fat-looking guy that was pale, and he was wearing a wife beater, and it was like covered with bullet holes and blood. I don't know. It was just really weird. It looked like somebody had like a mafia kind of hit thing. It sounds weird, but then again, I was 5. But I honestly believe it was a ghost because my mom used to always tell me, if you're thinking you're still asleep or you think you're having a bad dream, pinch yourself as hard as you can, close your eyes, count to 10, and wake up. Open your eyes. So I did that. I pinched myself, counted to 10, opened my eyes, he was still there. So I was getting freaked out really bad. So I just decided to go back to sleep. And then my mom came in and finally woke me up when breakfast was done, and there was nothing there. That was my very first experience. Another experience that I had was I used to live in a smaller town than I live in now, in Texas. And my brother and I, we like to go venturing off, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's a house there that was originally called the Hampton House. And then the Hamptons originally decided that after Miss Hampton died, she was going to donate it to the community. So she donated it to the community, and they turned it into a jail, so it's actually a historical building right now. Well, after, the Historical Society kind of lost money in their budget, one of her long-lost relatives, I think it was like a nephew or a great-nephew or something like that, he decided to buy the place back and to renovate the property. Well, I mean, the house is kind of creepy to begin with from the outside, but, you can't really judge a book by its cover, I guess you could say. But, we had heard a bunch of rumors that there was a lady that would walk upstairs, and you could see her through the window. We never really believed it. So, it was me, my brother, my friend Jessica, who's somewhere around here. She's somewhere in a different room. And we decided to go inside the house. Now, you weren't really supposed to, but her nephew, or great-nephew, he was there, doing some work, rebuilding some stuff. And so we'd asked him, hey, we're just really curious. Is it okay we can go inside and look around because we're really curious and, we're kids and we're bored. And he had no problem with it as long as we just watched ourselves because, the foundation around the inside of the house that he'd actually dug out because I guess he was doing something. I'm not sure exactly. And so he's like, yeah, just be careful and you're fine. He's like, I don't mind because he was there. So me and Jessica kind of stayed downstairs for a little bit, and my brother and his friend kind of started getting bored. So they said, oh, we're going to go upstairs where she's supposed to do that. And we're like, okay. So we start walking up the stairs, and if you look directly in front of you on the wall, there actually looked like there's an imprint of a lady. But then again, it could have just been our eyes playing with us because the paint was kind of peeling. So it could have been just, just something that we didn't really see. But my brother and his friend decided to go all the way to the 3rd floor, which they said used to be the, what do you call it? It used to be the slave quarters, and the Hamptons were there. And then it was also where they housed some of the prisoners, some of the fatter prisoners. They had the prisoners up on the third floor, and then the bottom floor was where, the jail policemen would be, I guess you could say. Well, anyways, me and Jessica stayed on the second floor because we weren't going up to the third floor. And so all that really was up there was, like empty old-timey tubs, the little claw tubs that everybody loves, and a toilet maybe, but other than that, there was nothing else. Well, all of a sudden, we're sitting there, not really paying attention, and my brother and his friends start screaming. And so, of course, it freaks us out, and they start running down the stairs out the house, and we go running after them. We're like, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on? And they bolted out the door, and we bolted out the door behind them, and they just started freaking out saying that they saw something. And we didn't believe them. We're like, no, there's no way. There's nothing in there. We didn't see anything. We didn't hear anything. And they're like, dude, yes, we did. I promise you. Well, a couple of weeks later, me and Jessica were taking a walk around the street where the Hampton house is. And we just happened to be standing there talking about the story again. And I kind of looked up, and on the second floor window, there's a woman standing there. And I said, Jessica, look. And she's like, what? I said, look up there on the window. And she looked, and she saw it too, so I knew I wasn't crazy. And I said, is that a lady staring at us? And she goes, it looks like it. And so we were shocked because we were like staring at this lady she was just standing there for a while. It's not like it was like a 5-10 second thing. Like, she was there for a good 5 minutes. So we thought maybe someone was in there. But there was no cars there. And her great nephew didn't live on the property. So who else could it have been? And you could tell her hair was like up in a bun, and I don't know, it was just weird. And so this old lady was jogging by, and we actually stopped her because we didn't want to think that we were crazy. And I said, ma'am, will you look up there and tell me if you see a woman? And she just kind of looked up there, and her face kind of turned white, and she goes, I don't see nothing. And just bolted off. And I said, there's no way she didn't see that. There was something there. So, yeah, that was freaky. One more story that I have. I have a bunch of them, but I'm only going to do like 3 main ones. My current house I live in was built in 1908, 1918, between 1908 and 1918. It was originally inside the town, and then somebody had bought the actual house and moved it out here to the property where it's at now. Well, an older gentleman that had the house, not prior to the people that we bought it from, but the people that they bought it from. He used to live in this house, and he actually rebuilt pieces of this house onto the house actually bigger. Well, apparently he had a heart attack in our attic, and he died. Nobody knew about it 2 days later. This is a story I heard. I don't know if it's completely true, because I haven't looked it up yet, but this is what I was told. But, they said he died in the attic. Well, when we moved in, nothing was going on. Like, nothing was going on. But then at night, I started hearing, like, marching above our bedroom, which is the attic. I mean, it would go on all the time. March, 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 march. And it'd keep me up. I mean, it drove me crazy. And so my husband came home from leave one day, and we were in there sleeping, and I heard it again. And I woke him up, and he was like, what? And I'm like, don't you hear that? And we both got quiet, and you could hear the marching, and he was just like, oh, I don't hear nothing, I don't hear nothing. And I'm like, you don't hear that? I said, I can hear that, and you don't hear that. He just tried to, like, avoid the conversation altogether. I mean, altogether avoid the conversation. And I kept continuing to hear it. So finally, I actually got mad one day because it was starting to really, like, get on my nerves because I couldn't sleep at night. And so finally, I told him, I said, look, I'm like, if you start letting me sleep, you can stay up there, just don't come down here because I have kids and I don't want them to be scared. You stay up there, you can have the attic, I don't even go up there, it's all yours. Please quit the marching.
No.
I haven't really heard it since then.
No.
So, I don't know. Maybe he left. Maybe
No.
he's still here. But,
No.
I thought this would be an awesome tag to, do. So, if y'all have anything you guys want to add, please feel free. If y'all have any stories and you're a subscriber, please do a video response. It'd be awesome. I love paranormal stuff, so this would be so awesome. So let me know, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.